No one ever told you the secret that turns indecision into unstoppable power. Picture yourself standing in the heart of a dense forest, surrounded by shifting shadows. The path ahead is unclear. Every direction looks the same, and the fear of making the wrong choice weighs heavily on your chest. You feel the tension, the chill of uncertainty holding you still. But what if I told you that darkness is actually a gift? A hidden invitation to awaken a light that's always been within you. A light strong enough to cut through confusion and lead you with unwavering clarity and confidence. Have you ever wondered why, even when you know what you want, something holds you back? That quiet voice inside you, whispering doubt and fear, it's not your intuition. It's the echo of your deepest beliefs, the ones etched into your subconscious over a lifetime. And those beliefs shape your world. They define what you think is possible and what you assume is not. When it comes to making decisions, this inner programming can cloud your vision like a thick fog, dulling your senses and keeping you stuck in place. But there is a way through. In this video, you'll learn how to break through that mental fog, how to reach a place of crystal clear clarity that lives beyond the noise, and unlock a deep, unshakable confidence that can turn every decision into a bridge toward your true freedom. Because decision isn't just an action, it's a portal. A gateway to the reality you were born to create. If any part of this resonates with you, just imagine what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button right now and join the Secrets of the Mind community, where your thoughts are challenged, your beliefs are upgraded, and your future is rewritten. The journey you're stepping into can transform your life, forever. Bob Proctor used to say, your subconscious mind isn't just a storage room for memories. It's the invisible operating system that runs how you think, how you feel, and how you decide. Now, picture a massive iceberg floating in the ocean. That tiny visible tip, what you call your conscious mind, is just 5% of your mental power. It's the thoughts you're aware of, the logical doubts, the overthinking. But below the surface lies the other 95%. Silent, incredibly powerful. That's your subconscious. And it's where every decision you think you're making consciously is actually being made. You think you're choosing with clarity. But in truth, you're just repeating invisible patterns, programmed into you over a lifetime. Fear of failure, the belief that you're not enough, doubts planted by past disappointments or voices you internalized long ago. These aren't new decisions. They're old echoes resurfacing as hesitation. And here's the most fascinating part. Your subconscious can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It doesn't filter, it accepts. Everything you repeat, everything you feel with intensity, it records as truth. And those truths become silent laws, running your life from the shadows. So every time you hesitate in front of a major decision, whether it's changing careers, ending a relationship, or finally saying yes to yourself, know this. It's not a lack of courage. It's outdated programming, trying to keep you in the familiar. But familiar doesn't mean happy. It just means comfortable. Or more accurately, emotionally controlled. You've felt it before, haven't you? That invisible force pulling you backward, even when everything inside you wants to move forward. Now listen closely. Change the programming, and you change the decision. Change the decision, and you change your destiny. That's why reprogramming your mind isn't a spiritual luxury. It's a vital necessity for anyone who wants to make bold, clear, powerful decisions. And that reprogramming begins when you realize you are not the doubt. You are the observer of the doubt and the author of the new code. If something inside you just woke up, keep listening until the end. Because in the next chapter, you'll uncover the hidden beliefs sabotaging your decisions and how to dismantle them one by one. You'll start to realize many of your fears aren't even yours, and there's a stronger, bolder version of you, just waiting to be set free. Have you ever asked yourself why? Even when all the facts are in front of you, even when the possibilities are endless, you still freeze? It's like something invisible grabs you from behind and whispers, "It's not going to work. What if you regret it? You're not ready." Those voices aren't real. They're old programs, installed deep in your subconscious like a virus in a system. And there's a name for them: limiting beliefs. Bob Proctor used to say, "A belief is just an idea you keep accepting as true, and that truth ends up running your life without you even knowing it." Now imagine your mind as a grand theater, and picture this scene. You're about to make a big decision, change careers, and a chapter, launch something new. The curtain rises, but before you can step into the spotlight, a voice echoes from the back of the stage. "You're not good enough." That voice isn't your enemy. It's just an old actor, playing a role from a script you never wrote. Maybe it came from a teacher who told you you were average. Maybe from an absent parent. From a failure that scarred you. Or from a society that profits off your self-doubt. But here's the turning point. You can rewrite the script. And rewriting begins with one thing: awareness. Awareness that every belief you hold as truth can be questioned. It can be dismantled. And it can be replaced. So close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, what's the one phrase that paralyzes you when you're about to make a decision? Maybe the thought that paralyzes you is something like, what if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I lose everything? Now, flip the script. Ask yourself instead, what if it works? What if this decision is the beginning of my freedom? What if I finally discover what I'm truly capable of? These questions are keys. Keys that unlock doors long sealed shut by fear. You're beginning to realize, the doubt doesn't come from the present. It's a reflection of your past, still echoing in your now. And the now is the only moment where real change can happen. If this is stirring something inside you, keep listening, because in the next chapter, you'll understand how the law of attraction responds to the energy behind your decisions, and why choosing from fear is like planting seeds of lack in the rich soil of your reality. You're about to discover what happens when a clear mind sends a firm decision out into the universe. Bob Proctor used to say, the universe doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. And what you are is a mirror of your dominant vibration. And your dominant vibration is shaped, every single day, by the decisions you make or refuse to make. Have you ever noticed how, when you're fully decided, things just flow? Opportunities show up. The right people cross your path. The way forward just opens up. But when you hesitate, everything stalls. Time feels heavier. Doors close. It's as if the universe itself is waiting on you before it can move. That's not coincidence. That's the law of attraction, in motion. Think of the universe as a massive vibrational mirror. It doesn't judge. It doesn't doubt. It simply reflects. If you're sending out vibrations of doubt, fear, and insecurity, the universe reflects that right back to you, in the form of obstacles, delays, and lack. But when you emit decision, clarity, and confidence, the universe responds with synchronicities, momentum, and abundance. Now imagine this. Every decision you make is like an energetic seed. You're planting in the field of the universe. If that seed is laced with fear, it grows into scarcity. But if it's charged with conviction, it blossoms into extraordinary results. Doubt is a silent order for stagnation. Clarity is a call for miracles. When you decide with confidence, even without knowing every step, you send a bold signal into the quantum field. I'm ready. I'm committed. I'm open to what's already mine. And the universe responds. Because it doesn't move for the undecided. It moves for those who choose to move. You don't need to have all the answers right now. But you do need the courage to take the first step. And when doubt shows up, because it will, remember this. It's not a warning. It's just an old echo trying to survive your new frequency. If this resonates with you, take a deep breath and feel the weight of doubt dissolve, like morning mist under the rising sun. Keep listening, because in the next chapter, we're going to dive into how to reprogram your mind so that confidence becomes second nature, no longer something you have to force. You'll learn rituals and powerful affirmations used by Bob Proctor and other great teachers to build an unshakable mindset. After I discovered this, my life completely changed. Confidence isn't a gift. It's something you build. And that building begins at the deepest level of your mind, your subconscious. As Bob Proctor taught, You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe. The truth is, most of us are still carrying beliefs that sabotage any real sense of self-confidence. But here's the liberating part. Your mind is moldable. It's flexible. It's completely reprogrammable. Which means that just like you were once conditioned to fear, doubt, and hesitation, you can recondition yourself to clarity, courage, and unwavering confidence. And it all begins with repetition. But not just any repetition, it must be emotionally charged. Your subconscious mind doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotion, to intensity. That's why casual affirmations said without presence don't work. But when you feel what you're saying, when you visualize it as already true, your mind starts to accept it as reality. Here are a few powerful affirmations you can repeat every morning and every night. When your mind is most open to suggestion, my decisions shape my reality. I trust my intuition, it's my greatest ally. I move with clarity and confidence, even in the unknown. Every step I take brings me closer to the life I deserve. Speak these words with intention, not just from your mouth, but from your body, from your heart. Feel what they mean, and more importantly, visualize. Close your eyes. See yourself making decisions with certainty. Watch the doors open, the right people appear, the path unfold. See yourself transforming, standing taller, more grounded, more powerful. This isn't just imagination. This is neural reprogramming. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between something you've actually lived and something you've vividly imagined with emotion. And the more you repeat this inner image, the more natural it becomes. Confidence isn't something you find. It's something you build with small, daily rituals, with firm decisions even in the little things. Every time you say yes to what lifts you up and no to what distracts you, you're rewiring your mind. You're forming new mental connections. And slowly your reality starts to shift. If this is helping you see your mind in a new light, keep listening. Because in the next chapter, you're going to learn how to quiet the external noise and finally hear the only voice that truly matters, your own. You'll discover how too much information actually kills your intuition and how to create a fertile inner silence where real, aligned decisions rise effortlessly from within. Have you ever noticed that the more you search for answers, the more overwhelmed you feel? That's because the modern mind lives in a state of constant noise. Notifications, opinions, unsolicited advice, gurus, videos, feeds, algorithms, all trying to tell you what you should do, all trying to sit on a throne that belongs to just one voice, yours. But your inner voice, your intuition, your soul, your truth, it doesn't shout, it whispers. And to hear that whisper, you must learn to silence the noise. Bob Proctor once said, "Intuition is the highest form of intelligence. But only those who quiet the other channels can tune in. And to do that, you need to make space, outer space, but more importantly, inner space. Picture your mind like a lake. If the water is stirred up, you can't see the bottom. But if the surface is calm, you can see clearly all the way down. Agitation is the noise. Clarity is the silence. And silence isn't the absence of sound. It's the presence of awareness. That's why I want to leave you with a simple but powerful exercise. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, sit in silence for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what do I truly want? What is trying to rise from within me? Which decision brings me closer to who I really am? And then, just listen. Don't force it. Don't analyze it. Just listen. At first, you might only hear the noise of your own thoughts. That's okay. Keep coming back day after day. Because eventually, in the middle of all that noise, your truth will begin to surface. And when it does, you'll feel it. Not as a logical thought, but as a deep, quiet knowing. Like the universe itself whispering, "This is the way." That's the inner compass you've been ignoring. And it's the reason so many of your decisions have felt heavy. You've been navigating with other people's maps, when all you really needed was to trust your own direction. If this brought you a sense of peace, Stay with me, because in the next chapter, you're going to learn how to turn every decision, no matter how small, into a portal for prosperity and expansion. Because making a decision isn't just choosing between A or B. It's choosing between the life you're living and the life you're capable of living. No one ever told you this, but every decision you make is a seed cast into the invisible field of your reality. You think you just switched jobs, or turned down an invitation, or finally signed up for that course. But what you really did was open a vibrational portal. Every decision carries a frequency, and that frequency instantly shifts your energetic field. Bob Proctor used to say, "The moment you make a clear decision, you change your frequency, and everything aligned with that new frequency starts moving toward you." It's like tuning a radio. You were stuck on 89.3 FM, where fear, lack, and hesitation play on repeat. But now, you've turned the dial. You're on 101.7, where abundance, courage, and synchronicity broadcast loud and clear. But here's what most people do. They decide, then they doubt. They change, then they sabotage. They open the portal, and then close it again. Prosperity is not luck. It's vibrational consistency. And that takes presence. When you make a decision from the soul, when your actions align with your inner truth, the universe has no choice but to respond. You'll begin to notice the signs. Someone calls with exactly the answer you needed. A door opens unexpectedly. A breakthrough arrives in the silence. That's not magic. That's law. You just need to stop treating your decisions like they're small and start seeing them for what they really are. Tools to shape your reality. So next time you're standing at a crossroads, even a small one, do this. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, does this decision bring me closer or further away from the person I'm becoming? Listen to the answer, and then act with courage. Because every time you decide with courage, you're telling the universe, I'm ready for more. I'm open to my next level. I choose myself. And that's one of the most powerful declarations you can make. If you feel that call deep in your chest, then keep listening. In the next and final chapter, we'll bring it all together. How to become a decisive, prosperous, and unstoppable mind every single day. You're about to take the step you've been missing. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this moment by something greater. Maybe it's the exhaustion of living life on autopilot. Maybe it's the restless silence of nights when you ask yourself, why do I still feel stuck, even after trying so hard? Or maybe it's because a part of you already knows you were born for more. And now, it's time to remember who you really are. You are a creative consciousness, a spark of the whole, with the power to shape your reality through your decisions. Bob Proctor said it over and over. Decide who you want to be and act as if you already are. Because it's not money that makes you prosperous. It's your vibrational identity, the way you think, feel, and act, your inner pattern. And that pattern can and should be cultivated every single day. Here's a ritual for you. Simple, but powerful. When you wake up, before even reaching for your phone, take a deep breath and say to yourself, today I choose confidence. Today I act with courage. Today I choose prosperity. Feel these words resonate through your body. Then visualize moving with clarity, speaking with conviction, making decisions with ease, receiving rewards that once seemed out of reach, and then carry that energy out into the world. Every small gesture, every simple choice, every yes and every no aligned with your truth. This is what it means to be a decisive, prosperous, and unstoppable mind. It's not about never feeling fear. It's about not letting fear decide for you. It's not about controlling everything. It's about flowing in alignment, knowing you're the source of your own reality. Confidence doesn't come from outside. It's born within, and it grows with practice, decision, and faith. If this video speaks to you, just imagine what's coming next. Subscribe now to Secrets of the Mind, and dive deeper into this journey of rewiring, power, and awakening. And if you're truly committed to your transformation, type in the comments, I was born to be rich. This isn't just a phrase. It's a vibrational declaration, a signal to the universe, a marker of a new beginning. Because starting today, you are no longer the person who hesitates. You are the person who decides, who trusts, who creates. You are the mind that transforms everything it touches.